Hello Virgo, welcome to your weekly love reading. This will be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Please keep in mind, energy can go vice versa, and this reading won't resonate with everyone, so take what fits, but please leave the rest out. Okay, we have 5 of Autumn, the Manatee with 3 of Autumn. Miniature poodle dog, so it looks like someone is struggling here, having some hardship, and is trying to get some advice or being pushed to finally acknowledge something, okay, that maybe they've been missing for a long time. Someone's kind of been suffering in silence and hasn't had the strength to ask for advice or to get themselves out of it, and it looks like now they're being pushed to do so. I lost myself for a little while, and finding out the truth crushed me. Yeah, I'm kind of picking up already with these cards that somebody feels like they wish they would have seen the truth of this connection and who you are in the beginning. They're almost like, how did I miss this? How did I not see things clearly in the past? Overall energy, we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is about change, okay? The wheel is constantly moving, but I feel like something is shifting here that's going to bring clarity to the situation. So this might have been a really rocky type of connection here. Let's see what's going on in your energy. We have Ace of Wands, Fool, Page of Swords, Sun, and the Four of Swords. So you're being enlightened in this moment. You might feel a bit free coming into this next week, where you feel like, you know, the shackles, the pain, the grief possibly from this person, or what they have caused, or even just thinking about them from time to time, has been a hurdle that's been difficult for you to overcome. Maybe there's some memories that pop up, but suddenly you feel clear. Within the time frame now to next week, you get this kind of feeling of, you know what, I'm at peace with this. I understand now I took a risk in love, or I loved with my whole heart. I have nothing to be ashamed of. So if I lost in the situation, or this person couldn't see my worth, my value, this becomes a pivotal moment for you, because you realize that you will not accept breadcrumbs. You will not accept less than what you deserve. So this is a fantastic energy for you guys. You guys are also gaining some knowledge here about this person that maybe you weren't looking for, but it kind of surfaces in your 3D realm, maybe on social media, something you find out. But it is a sign or synchronicity that Spirit's kind of giving you, so that you can see that something might be headed your way. Okay, so pay attention to that during this time. King of Cups, 10 of Cups, Hanged Man, 7 of Cups, Page of Wands. This is their energy. This person knows now in their heart of hearts that they're truly in love with you, and they saw a future with you. That in the past they may have denied it or tried to push it off a little bit, not wanting to surrender to how they felt about you. But in the 7 of Cups, Page of Wands, this is about choices now. They're still a little restless and confused. They feel like they need to express this to someone, or they're gathering information here. Let's see this Page of Wands, 7 of Cups, 5 of Cups, Hermits, 7 of Swords. Okay, so yes, they're having trouble with the grief aspect. Now that they see you for who you are, how much they love you, and this connection is much deeper than they thought, they're holding a lot of grief, a lot of guilt about this, how they treated you. And they see now that they're trying to look at aspects of other relationships. They're also asking for advice or just hypothetical situations, so that they're still safe in this. In the 7 of Swords, Hermit, that they won't be ousted out as somebody that did this. So they're kind of doing it in a discreet way, but they're trying to see what can be done to move forward. Let's see this Hanged Man. Queen of Pentacles, 5 of Wands. Wow. This is the realization that they were fighting against their future of having stability. They're seeing you as the Queen of Pentacles, somebody that nurtures, feels safe, like home. You take care of them as well. You might have done a lot, right? Your stable force in their life is something that they deeply miss, and they realize that all they did was try to ruin it or sabotage it. Okay, let's see the past. What has happened here? Let's get some more information. 9 of Swords. 4 of Wands. So I see some of you might be dealing with a fixed sign. Or there is Cancer showing up, as well as Virgo, your own sign. So that could be represented as you. Or you could just have this in your chart, especially fixed signs coming up heavy. All right, so with the 9 of Swords, 4 of Wands, this is showing me that this was a very stressful situation because you didn't feel safe with them. They weren't bringing stability to the table. It was almost like, when were they going to commit? Were they going to meet me halfway? I'm the one giving in the Queen of Pentacles. I'm safe for them. I support them in everything that they do, but they're not doing the same thing for me. So how long was this going to take? Knight of Pentacles. And it's showing a lot of you, they tended to express this in the beginning or hint at this, that they were on the same page. So you felt secure in giving. They're showing up as the King of Pentacles energy and you were in the Queen, right? So this is really telling me that there is a bond here that is strong, stable. Both of you want to commit to each other. But this person feared taking that step. You know, they didn't really take the time to embrace this connection or to build in a secure way. So whatever was built here, the tower had to fall because it was built on a sandcastle, because the inconsistency was something that was unacceptable. It drove you crazy. Let's see this 4 of Wands. King of Wands. Look at this, guys. Wow. Justice. King and Queen of Wands, justice. So there is no denying it. The passion between you is intense, but you guys are both go-getters. Okay, you are matched in the King and Queen of Pentacles. Now the King and Queen of Wands. This is huge. With the Justice card, there was something divinely timed here. There is karma at play, and this person was being tested to meet you in the middle, but they never made it to that point. It's like no matter how much you gave or what you did for them, they were supposed to push themselves to step out of their comfort zone and do the same. But they just were fighting it so hard. There's fear here. Let me see this 9 of Swords. What this fear consists of. Page of Cups, 9 of Cups, 4 of Cups, 8 of Cups. So there's fear for some of them. They felt they would have to leave their whole life or transition into something completely different, and they were scared to do so. There could have been an actual situation or third party where they would have to make a drastic change, leave the environment that they were in, and they felt like, this is a risk that I want to take with my person, but what if it doesn't work out? What if in the end they don't really like me for who I am? What if they reject me and I don't make them happy? Then will this 9 of Cups turn into something that was just fantasy and I lost everything else for it? So there was a lot going on in this person's mind. But I see during this connection, they started to kind of use some emotional turmoil or manipulation towards you, trying to confuse you on purpose to make you feel like you really needed to stay in this. So they would tug at your heart because you care deeply for them here in the Queen of Pentacles. So it was kind of like they knew you were kind-hearted, but also safe because you're very stable, financially independent. You want to take care of people as well. So they just felt like, okay, there's no way that they would leave me, so I don't have to give too much. And I can kind of keep them in my life. So having their cake and eat it too was something that they ended up choosing. Empress, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. We have 3 10s. And the 5 of Swords. Wow, this is huge. For the challenge, they chose their ego over love. Okay? They chose to take control over the situation, how it played out, so that they felt safe. Because we have the 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. There could have been a lot going on in their life that they were hiding from you. And they were embarrassed to tell you about. They didn't want you to think less of them as well. And they feel like you are their everything. They did want to commit to you. That was their fantasy, the ultimate. But they could have also had a feminine energy in their life. They could have already been in a committed situation and they felt like, I don't deserve that. I have to conform to the norm. The expectations put upon me, I don't want to risk that. Or they were not sure they would be successful in being a lifelong partner for you, that maybe you'd end up leaving them anyways because of other challenges in their relationships or who they are as a person. This was an insecurity that literally ran the show on how they acted towards you, trying to stay safe in the situation, trying to control things. Five of Swords, making sure that they weren't being challenged in a way, because they wanted to be looked at by you as somebody that was to be chased or somebody to be adored. Okay, so if you felt like this person kind of had the upper hand, it's because they put it that way. No matter how hard you tried, right? You were being open, authentic, and comforting in the Queen of Pentacles, and you did expect that in return. Let's see, it's Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands. So it hit a breaking point. Two of Swords, Seven of Wands, Six of Swords. They tried to play the long game. The walls were up because they felt like they couldn't show their hand of cards. If they did, you would run the other direction. So there's a lot of hidden aspects here that they kept from you so that they could control how you view them. So that's why it might have seemed off. It caused a lot of stress for you as well, and why it felt very uncertain and unstable. So you weren't crazy. Some of you were wondering, did I think too much into this? No. Absolutely not. Okay, so I want to make sure you guys know you're validated in your feelings for sure. So let's see where this is headed, what they're going to do next. Five of Pentacles, Judgment, Queen of Swords, Magician. So they've been given the tools by the divine to get themselves out of this rut. And with the Judgment card, time's up. So something surprising is headed your way, and we're going to find out what this is as this unfolds. In the extended, we're going to find out exactly what they say as well as the timing of the outcome. If this is your last stop, though, thank you so much for joining me. Many blessings to you guys. Please take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.